Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today I jumped on the bandwagon and I designed my own Rainbow Loom fidget spinner pattern. So yeah, I'm kind of old for well, I guess you really can't be old for the whole fidget spinner thing, but at first I wasn't really into it. I'm still kind of not into it, but I just figured, like, since everyone else loves them so much, that it would be fun to make a fidget spinner pattern that people could do with their fidget spinners. So anyways, this is just a basic pattern for a fidget spinner. You're gonna have to get a spinner where you can take out the middle weight bit, and most of them you can, and this one, I did this one first because they were really difficult to get out, so my dad had to do it, but I popped out one of these, and then the other two he did. And then this one over here happens to be way easier to get them out. So it really just depends on what brand of fidget spinner you get. And I'll link below the best fidget spinners, I believe, that would be the best for this project, or just the best spinners that are like this style. And yeah, you'll just want to make sure to get one that is the normal sized, typical looking fidget spinner with 3 prongs. And make sure that you can take out the little metal bits. But anyways, again, I will link down below some links to some good fidget spinners to buy online if you can't find them in store, although they're pretty much everywhere, honestly. I got both of mine at Five Below, but you can probably also find them at like Walmart. Really, they're like everywhere now. But anyways, now I'll stop babbling and get into the tutorial. And off camera, I already did the first 2 holes, because once I show you how to do one, you know how to do the rest of them, because it's just repeating the same exact thing with all 3 holes. And I left in the middle bit so I can show you guys how to take it out. Now this one is really easy. I can just do it with my fingers, and if one side is harder, if you like push at it from one side and it's difficult to get out, you'll want to try pushing at it from the other side. But I can just do it with my fingers like that, and it pops out really easily. And another thing I've seen people do is like take an expo marker or like a glue stick or something, and if you're having trouble like pushing it out, you just push it out with this glue stick or anything really that's like almost the size of the metal bit but small enough that it would fit in here. But anyways, that came out really easily, so I'll just set that aside and get on with the rest of the video. So, to start off, you're going to need 5 bands of whatever color you want, which you'll use for the center flower part. And then you'll need 6 jump rings. I think they're, not sure how big they are, they're about the size of a cat band. That's why I have so many of them, and I use them in all my bracelets that use jump rings and Rainbow Loom bands. Yeah, that's all you'll need per hole. So for the whole bracelet, I'm so used to saying bracelet. For the whole spinner, you'll need 15 rubber bands and 18 jump rings. And to open up the jump rings, you will need pliers. I don't remember what kind this is called, but they're the ones that aren't rosary pliers, and they're basically just like flat and have a nice grabby part of them. But anyways, and you'll also need 5 C-clips to help you with making the spinner. But anyways, let's get started. And first you'll pick up one of your jump rings. You're gonna open it up really, really, really wide. And like I always say in every single video I make that involves jump rings, you do not want to pull them open this way, you'll want to twist them open this way. That way it closes up really nicely when you go to close it up later. So basically right now all you're doing is just putting this jump ring onto the outer rim of the spinner, and after you do this, you want to try and twist it closed. And I find it pretty typical that for this spinner, it won't want the ends of the C-clip, I can't talk today. It won't like naturally close in a way where they're touching. They'll be slightly apart. So you'll just want to clamp them, the sides like this, scoot them together a bit more. And then just press on them a bit more. And then what I like to do is I like to look at my spinner this way and squeeze at the top and the bottom of the ring. You're gonna make sure you do this pretty carefully. Don't be super reckless. I don't want you breaking your spinner, even though that's kind of unlikely. And you'll just want to gently press it together till it's harder to move around on your ring. Make sure you can still scoot it around. And then try to close it up as much as you can. If it doesn't totally close up, that's fine. And I just find it's too much work to close it up and it doesn't really do all that much in the end. You just need them really pretty darn close. And you need the part where they meet to be on the outside of the spinner, not on the inside right here. So after you do this and your jump ring is securely fastened onto your spinner, you take your first color, which for me is pink. And you'll just want to try to scoot it in there. How I do this is I move my jump ring over so it's underneath it. And then after you do that, you clip both ends of your band. And then you've added your first band. And then to move on, you're just going to add a jump ring on the other side of the pink. You just keep adding rings where your next color is, so because the orange isn't on this side, you'll want to put the jump ring on this side. It's pretty simple to explain. So now I'm just going to grab another jump ring. I'm going to open it up like I did before. Don't be scared of opening it up really, really wide. It's a lot easier if you do. And then once you have it wrapped around pretty well, and you can close it up. It's kind of difficult. Gotta hold it in place pretty well while you close it up. It's always hard to do stuff on camera. I keep saying this, but it's just more difficult because you have to make sure everything is on camera. So your hands may be in like a different position than how you actually make it off camera. Oh my gosh. I just dropped all my C-clips because my hair brushed against it. Long hair problems. Anyways. So after you do this, close up the C, keep calling it a C-clip, the jump ring, then press gently on the top and the bottom of it. Make sure they're pretty close. And then take your next color, which for me is glow-in-the-dark pastel jelly orange. And then you do the same sort of thing where you just try to scoot it down under there. You can go at it whatever side is easier for you. And again, scooting the jump ring over makes it a lot easier for me. So like sliding the jump ring over the band. And then you can clip it. Why is this so hard to do on camera? I swear it's easier off camera. Probably making it look more difficult than it really is. Anyways, then I've added this second color, my orange. And I'm going to repeat this step 3 more times till I have all of the bands on, and I'll show you how to fasten it up in the middle. I feel like going on camera any longer will just unnecessarily pad out the footage, so I'm just gonna go and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. As you can see, I've clipped every band, and I've added all 5. So now all we have to do is string them onto a jump ring, and then we're done. So of course, you open up your jump ring as usual. You don't have to make it as giant. I think it's easier if you keep it a little smaller, like this big. And then you're just gonna start stringing bands onto it. So that's just the pink that I've added so far. Now moving on to orange. Then yellow. It's kind of hard to show on camera again. And while you do this, you'll want to keep your clips on in case you drop any of the bands. Then you move on to green. You'll want to twist the jump ring around a little bit so there's a lot of space for your next band to go on. And there's the blue. And that's everything. And then after you have everything on, you just twist it closed like normal and make sure it's super, super tight, or else your bands will fall off it. Like right now, mine's a little loose. So I'm just trying to squeeze it a little tighter. And you won't want to pinch any bands between your pliers, or else that'll really, really weaken the band. Like if you pinch a band with your pliers, the band is very likely to break. It's kind of crazy. But after you do all that, then you can unclip every band of yours. So you should be getting rid of 5 clips. And then scoot your jump rings around. You want your first and last petals to be scooted as close to the center as possible. Make sure every other one is nice looking too. You'll just want to evenly space them as well as you can. The jump rings will slide around a bit unless you tighten them super tight, but I think it's fine for them to be a little loose. And it looks pretty neat when it spins. But anyways, there you go, there's your spinner. And like I said earlier, obviously I showed you how to do one of these, then you repeat the other 2 the exact same way. And in order to get the flowers looking all nice and everything, I made sure that when I spin it, all the colors in the exact same position. So there's a pink on the right and a blue on the left. Same here, and same here. You want them all to be uniform so it looks nice. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. And what better way to end this video than to spin the spinners. That one's really loud. Pretty sure the black one is the better one, but one last thing I should mention is since you're taking the weights out of these, it's gonna spin for less time. So this is more for decorative purposes than anything. If you want a nice functional spinner, you'll want to get like a spinner that says it can spin for like 5 minutes. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye!